Right, got a 2018 Toyota Rav4 windshield replacement and calibration back at the same dealership that I come to pretty consistently. So this one I'm doing the calibration on. It's a Nissan dealership, so they calibrate Nissans, but anything else I do, so which is good for me. I'm gonna get tearing this down. I thought I was gonna be able to hand set this, but I just realized that the cowl's got to come completely off because it doesn't have a retainer on the bottom like it does the newer ones. Toyota changed the design on these so much year after year that they made it kind of hard to keep up with on what's what. Honda kind of played that game a little bit too on some of their vehicles. There we go. I've already done the pre-scan. I've already prepped my windshield, cleaned it up, got my little buddy set up. So all right, these always get transferred over regardless if the new windshield has or not. These heated hoods, for some reason the vehicles don't like the aftermarket ones. Oh, come on, there we go. All right. Reroute it back into place. Right there. Ta-da. All right, let's tear it apart. Well, I thought I popped that. I guess I didn't. I guess I didn't. Yeah, it's losing clear coat. Oh. Yeah, those are the ones with the double-sided tape. I always clean those up. I'll put more on. Alright, there's that one. Oh, better not stick that there. It might get lost. Oh, missing that push pin. Uh-oh, don't fall. Alright, there's that. Alright. Just set that down there. Huh. I'm actually surprised they're not having that repaired. Oh, is that gonna let me pull that up like that? Nope. There we go. Ow! It bit me. Boink. All right. Probably, yeah, okay. Nice and easy, nice and easy. All right. Hey, hey. All right. There's that part. Ooh, it's starting to get warm quick. High of 58 today. At the time of filming, it's January 13th. And wasn't supposed to get up to, well, they're saying low 60s today for the high, actually. And I think it's warming up a little bit quicker than what they said. Or, I mean, really probably just me moving. Come on. Yeah. Well, it got down to 20 last night. Left my water bottles outside. So that's always fun. Glass cleaner's not frozen though. I need to figure out a system to where I can take my other stuff in, like my water bottles and my glass cleaner. I've got a bag that I carry in for my urethane. All right, there's that side. Okay, I'm gonna keep that there. I'm gonna use that to clean the pinch weld. Alright, I'm back. I had to stop to look at this Armada. It's got a it's a 2021. It's leaking in the top passenger side corner right by the locator pin. And for those that are maybe watching this that aren't glass technicians, locator pin, it attaches to the glass through with epoxy or double-sided tape, and they're put on from the manufacturer, and it helps hold the windshield up into place while the glue or the urethane is setting up to cure. So like this one right here, that's a locator pin, and then you see the one over there. But the water, it's coming in right by that pin. So might have to work my magic, figure out, or be careful. I'm gonna have to pull that A-pillar, cut off the locator pin on the glass side, and then cut it on the body side as well, slip it out, and then reseal that windshield just in that section. It's not bad enough to deem or warrant completely removing the windshield. You know, if the glass was loose, which actually I probably should push on it to see. Generally, you have a leak like that, the windshield's not loose. It could be though. That's a white vehicle. Nissan had a problem with white vehicles. But speaking of locator pins, I always like to remove them before trimming my urethane. God dang it. Oh. I'm not gonna worry about it. They still gotta detail this car anyway. at this point. I had 4 jobs today, not counting the calibration. And one of those is an old, I think 91 Toyota pickup, pulling a windshield and back. Well, actually he already pulled the back glass out of the one. So now all I got to do is install a new windshield and put in his used back glass. God dang. All right. I'm just gonna cut through it. Forget it. Okay, here we go. It is on, right? Yeah, okay. I heard it beep, but wanted to make sure.
Ryan, what's our process to do that?
All right, gonna fix that. I'm just gonna cut the tab, reseal it. It's just less risky that way. I'm not gonna risk breaking the windshield as much as if I would if ooh, look at that. Dang. So I found one. No, I want to say it was the last Toyota I worked on, actually. It had a nest. Huh. Well, mice and rats like Toyotas, I guess. Yeah, just less risk of damage on that though. If I go, you know, the route of just resealing, it's not significant enough to where it requires pulling the whole windshield. It's really kind of overkill. All right. Oh, that was a crazy noise. I don't know if you heard that bird, but I feel like I'm in Jurassic Park right now. All the noises that these birds are making. Next thing I know, I'm going to turn around and have a velociraptor jump on me and bite me in the neck. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna have to prime that. Okie dokie. Okay, clean her up. Okay. All right. Dang. Beautiful. Ugh, all right. So something I always do, so that way I'm not burning through razor blades. I know this probably seems kind of cheap, but the razor blade that I use to remove the stickers off of my windshield, I saved to put in that trimming tool. It's kind of a waste to just use it to remove stickers and throw away, so I kind of repurpose them for that. Use them once. Next time I get out to a job again, do the same thing. And it's after I trim, I swap it out. Boop. Okay, here we go. It's prime time. Boop. All right, come on. And look at that. It doesn't even look like I had to use my second dauber. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice. Heck yeah. Alright. Throw that away. Clear primer. Alright, let me get these off. Let me get these off. Don't need them anymore. Don't need them. Clear primer. Let the dots guide you. Come on now. Size scam. There it is. Put this in my truck. Yeah, during one of those breaks I had to... Ooh, Willow, it's getting hot in here. Let me turn this down for Willow. It's starting to get warm out. There you go, girl. It's starting to get warm in the truck. Alright. Glue. Oh, you know what I forgot? I unplugged my camera. I didn't remount it on the new glass. Right. Yeah. There we go. Snip, snip. Don't break. It tried. It tried. Okay.
No, I wouldn't have to worry about doing that.
Alright, back at it. Our Armada was over here, so I don't want to be filming her. Okie dokie. Let me grab that. Gonna need that. Gonna need that. I kind of wanted to film the calibration, but with turning the camera on and off and stuff like that, and kind of getting running behind a little bit now too. I had time to kill and now I'm losing time. Probably not going to be able to do that now. Alright, there's that. Okay, pumped up. Bonk. Always hitting my head, or hitting the camera really, on the windshield whenever I have one of these that I'm using a little buddy on. I think I did it once when I was hand setting too, actually. Okay. Down, 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 right there. Pull it tight. Okay. Alright, now that side. Probably didn't need the tape. These tend to sit so tight anyways. Yeah, see? Come on, go. Okay, one more time. That's a size scam windshield. And anybody that's in the auto glass industry knows that when these first came out, they were marketing themselves like they produce a lot of glass for OEM and stuff like that, and actually turned out to be pretty crappy. First windshield that I ever set with one wasn't too bad, but hey!
That one wasn't repairable, right?
All right, real quick. All right, so this is my calibration setup. I ran a center line all the way through. I start by plumb bobbing the back You can see that I've got chalk marks down there. My string is right on top of my one chalk mark. So I plumb bob this, get my center point, do a cross section. I put my string on the weight. I actually drilled a hole through it right here so that way I could run my string through it, attach it to the back side, run it straight through. This is a flat surface all along the vehicle to my target. So fortunately these don't require a whole lot of space in order to do the calibration. So I plumb bob the front again. You can see my chalk marks right there. I run my string out far enough to where I know where my target's going to be. I think it was a 1251 was the measurement from vehicle front to out here. And then 550 on each side. And I use a laser to get these here so that way I know and then it's a 5-line laser, but it shoots a laser this way and I just make sure that the one this way is straight with my line, and then I know that I'm going to be 90 degrees from that out, and I measure 550 on both sides. So those are my 3 placements for my target. So I'm ready to run it. It's got a brand new battery in it, so I shouldn't need to start it, although I have found that a lot of Toyotas in particular tend to need to be started when running a calibration, especially if it's a hybrid. I don't know what it is about the hybrids, but the battery, the 12-volt battery, it just drains so quick. So I'm gonna pop out of the vehicle here. I'm gonna roll this window down and put that one up. Let's see, I need to go back in here. And I always try to remember and maintain to not like lean on the vehicle or sit inside it when I'm doing a calibration. Really shouldn't. I know a lot of people do. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. I don't really know that for sure. A lot of people that I've experienced will sit inside a vehicle when they're doing a calibration. And you're really not supposed to do that. So I'm gonna run a fault scan now. And I had to cut it short earlier. I was stopped again, so I just went ahead and I put the vehicle back together at this point. But I at least wanted to show you how I do calibrations. This equipment right here, those targets, the stands, I bought that stuff on Amazon. I'm just not in a position to where I can drop, thousands of dollars on equipment. I've got hundreds of dollars here. It works very well. I will... when I do a pre and post drive, everything functions like it should. All right, so it looks like we're ready to go here. I'm gonna tap this one. Oh, did it register it? There we go. All right, so at this point I can just run through all this stuff because I've already done all my measurements. I just use the ADAS filter to get those measurements. So that way I can just get right into it. 1350, that is my height distance from the ground to the center of the target. Okay. And then we're at 12.3 volts. These are accurate. Okay, there's the first adjustment. And then I'll position it. I just move the stand over to here. And I'll look at it from the front. Just make sure I'm squared with it. Good from the side. Run that one. Alright, last one. I'm hungry. Right there. Nudge it up just a hair. Right there. Make sure I'm centered again. Okay. Last run. Three beeps usually means that it's good. Oh, no, that was 4. Okay, well, I knew there was a certain number of beeps. So, usually 3 or 4. Alright, calibration is successful. I screenshot that. I'm going to go ahead and escape. Anytime. I've learned from experience, and in my training, I've always been told, cycle the vehicle off. I always make sure that the doors are shut too, just to kind of let really everything just kind of settle in. Alright, so now that we're doing the pre-scan, I can sit in here and chill out. So I'm going to go ahead, get back into it. Diagnostic. Let's see. Post scan. Ultimately, what led me to the decision of going with this stuff instead of buying like Alltel or anything like that, which eventually I will get to that point to where I do buy stuff that's, I guess, a little bit more presentable and professional looking. I saw a how-to video actually put out by Toyota where they basically tell their technicians just to make the target, print it on regular copy paper, paste it to cardboard, and to build your own stand. They lay out all the measurements on how to do it, which it's really kind of over glorified for what we're doing here. I thought, well, if that's the way they do it, then surely what I'm going to be buying is going to look a little bit more presentable and professional than what they've got that they're using behind, closed doors that, other people can't see. So, and this has worked really well. I haven't had any issues with any calibrations. I've done Nissans, Hondas, Toyotas, Rams. Yeah, but it's worked well. So, all right, I don't have any codes here, so I'm good. I don't have to clear anything. I'll back all the way out again. Turn the vehicle off. I'll go ahead and unplug my VCI. All right, and I always like to go back in, hit these 3 dots up here. I always like to look at my PDF. Always. I've run into situations where I've done a calibration. It was successful. I screenshotted the successful calibration, went back into the PDF, and it was showing that it failed. So I had to rerun it again. So this is good. There's my screenshot. Calibration succeeded. No codes. Everything's green, so I'm good. So I can email this to myself now. That way I can attach it to the work order. So just going to drop down here. Subject, I always do, which Omega, the way it's set up, you can type in the work order number and it sends it right to it. Send again. That's it. That's how I do it. So, Hyundais and Kias. I don't know if I mentioned that. but I've got a separate stand and the target for that. So, which, I mean, obviously, I guess if I'm doing Ram vehicles, like the ProMasters and stuff like that, I've got those are statics, like, because they're built on Fiat chassis. So, but yeah, I didn't have any problems. But other than that, that's how I do my calibrations. Haven't had any issues. They've after test driving, they run as well, if not better, than the factory. So I've had really great success with this setup. If you're not already following me on any of the social platforms, YouTube, anything like that, I would really appreciate like and following. Please share my content. If you like what you see and you've got buddies in the glass industry or in automotive industry as well, or have an interest in automotive interest, I would really appreciate it. Other than that, catch you in the next one. Thank you.